Today was the concluding day of the final series and marked the culmination of 5 exciting days of racing, with the medal race fleet set to be determined at ISAF Sailing World Cup Palma and the Trofeo Princesa Sofia MAPFRE. Weather-wise, the sailors have experienced fairly extreme conditions, with high winds and big waves to virtually no wind and racing postponed. With 900 athletes competing from all continents of the world, the event has attracted the largest fleets of the ISAF Sailing World Cup events held so far in the 2012-2013 series, and marks the start of the European racing circuit. Today, teams were digging deep and pushing hard to try and advance through to the medal races on Saturday.
Final day of the finals. Got 2 races to go. With this new format, I'm currently on 0 points, and they got, I think, a 6-point lead. But it's, very, very close. Everyone's pushing quite hard, and it's an important day today to try and go into the 2 medal races tomorrow with a decent lead.
However, a bit of patience was again required today, as the wind took a while to materialise and kept athletes ashore for a few hours, until the sea breeze kicked in and fleets were sent out to race on the Bay of Palma. A bit more time for athletes to have a final check of equipment to ensure the best performance from their boats. Around midday, 8 out of the 11 events competing hit the water and headed out to their race tracks. On Echo Course area, first to start were the RSX fleets, where Spain's Ivan Pastor was leading in the men and Bryony Shaw from Great Britain in the women, albeit closely followed by Germany's Moine Adele and Spain's Blanca Manchon. Today, Pastor did his best to see off a challenge from the Brazilian Olympian Ricardo Santos, who scored 2 race wins in the tricky conditions. The wind was averaging at around 10 knots, which made planing conditions marginal. The performance difference for those athletes who could get their boards up and planing was significant, and they went about twice as fast as those who could not, as they all fought for wind, lanes and space. Pastor ended the day at the top of the leaderboard, but with only a 2-point advantage over Santos. In the women's fleet, Germany's Delle matched the scoreline of Santos, notching up 2 race wins to move into 2nd overall and close the gap on series leader Shaw to just 3 points. In Charlie Course area, the Laser and Laser Radial fleets were racing. In the first race of the day for the Laser Radial Gold Fleet, Poland's Anna Vainziher had put in a surprise appearance at the front of the pack and was leading, but under immense pressure from Denmark's Anne-Marie Rindum, who ultimately claimed the race win, and at that point moved up to 3rd place on the leaderboard, behind her teammate Sara Guni. But Rindum followed up with a 19th in finals race 6, and dropped back down to 5th overall. The laser class is one of the most widespread of the Olympic classes, and has the largest number of countries racing it around the world, which is very much due to its simplicity. In the 49er fleet, who contest short 30-minute races, there were a number of teams chasing to get into the top 8 to advance to the medal races. The 49er is a fast skiff which demands a top physical performance from the teams, and with the fleet hosting more than 3 Olympic medalists, is proving highly competitive here in Palma. Series leaders, Germany's Eric Hale and Thomas Pleursel, have accelerated their position of 8th overall at the start of the final series to 1st overall. So 8 teams from 5 nations and 4 medal races to determine the winners. Anything can happen tomorrow. After a full day's racing, and with the top athletes competing in tomorrow's medal races now decided, the Trofeo Princesa Sofia MAPFRE, ISAF Sailing World Cup Palma, is heading towards an exciting climax. The elite of Olympic sailing will be ready to deliver some stunning performances in what is set to be a spectacular day of racing. As well as event titles, teams will be in contention for the Princesa Sofia MAPFRE trophy, which will be presented to the overall winner across all events, an immense honour for those who achieve their name on the trophy. So do not miss the last and most exciting day tomorrow here in Palma, and find out this year's podium finishers.